the same halls we did. Someone who dared to dream, persevered through obstacles, and ultimately soared to great heights. Our guest speaker today is a true testament to the excellence that Laverne National High School nurtures. She graduated as the salutatorian of CNHS Batch 2005, proving early on her dedication and brilliance. She then pursued a Bachelor of Science in Statistics at the University of the Philippines Diliman College of Statistics, one of the most prestigious institutions in the country. Her journey did not stop there. With determination and passion, she went on to earn her Juris Doctor degree at the Philippine Christian University and successfully passed the 2025 bar examinations. In her professional life, she first worked as a business intelligence analyst for Medicare Philippines Incorporated from 2010 to 2011. Making use of her statistics degree, she worked as a statistician/doctorate researcher for the Philippine Navy for a year. And currently, she is serving as an incident management expert at Globe Telecom Incorporated, based in Bonifacio Global City, Taguig City. With her strong legal background and expertise in managing critical operations, she exemplifies resilience, leadership, and excellence in her field. Her achievements reflect not only intelligence, but also resilience, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to her goals. She embodies the very values that we, as graduates, aspire to carry with us as we step into the next phase of our lives. Beyond her impressive academic and professional accomplishments, she is someone who embraces life with curiosity and joy. She has a deep love for travel, whether exploring places abroad or discovering the beauty of our own Philippine provinces. In a charming and meaningful way, she sends herself postcards from the places she visits, creating memories she can look back on and cherish. She is also passionate about sports and enjoys watching basketball games live. Her strong connection to her roots is evident in her unwavering support for her alma mater, as she has never missed an alumni homecoming fellowship since her graduation. And above all, she is a loving daughter and a devoted sister, proof that success is not only measured by achievements, but also by the relationships we nurture and the values we uphold. Her story reminds us that success is not a straight path. It is a journey shaped by hard work, perseverance, and the courage to keep moving forward despite uncertainties. As we stand here today, ready to take our next steps, may we be inspired by her example to dream bigger, strive harder, and remain grounded in who we are. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and privilege that I introduce to you our alumni guest of honor and keynote speaker, Attorney Yolani Delehencio Nasayao. Let us welcome her with a big round of applause.
Bati pa diya sa likod? Ako naman din ako, ikaw bati pa? Anyway, thank you Denise for that very generous introduction. Uman kaya pa? Taas-taas na ba niya ako? Na ready? Teka lang ko din ko makaabot. Anyway, to our Municipal Mayor, the Honorable Georgia D. Gopianque, sa Giliang Bayan members, headed by our Municipal Vice Mayor, the Honorable Leia Dipatan, Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Karen L. Galanida, CESO 5, ably represented by Dr. Alejandro Saglulo Jr., Education Program Supervisor, Public Schools District Supervisor, Dr. Siana A. Principal 4, Mrs. Lorna F. Diaz, ma'am. Assistant School Heads, Mr. Rodelio P. Cortez, Mrs. Mary Jean Villanueva, and Mr. Luigi Sarasa, ma'am, sir. Faculty and staff of Claver National High School, students, proud parents, and especially to my parents out there, hindi nakapapa, pero my mama is here and she used to be one of the faculty, member of the faculty here some years ago. Visitors, dear graduates, maradyaw na buntag sa ato hurot. There's a song from Ben and Ben which goes like this. Took a morning ride to the place where you and I were supposed to meet. The city yawns, they echo on. My thoughts are spinning on and on my head. It seems they lead me back to you. I keep coming back to you. So many questions I've thrown to the skies. And all of the answers I've found in your eyes. When I'm with you, home is never too far. And my weary heart has come to rest in yours. There is no place like home. After Claver National High School has set me free from its loving portals many years ago, it feels good to be back home. Seeing familiar faces earlier, some of my high school teachers, parang dugay-dugay na gajod kay, gamay ra kan gajod sila ako nakilayan or naabtan. Hamok paloy kilaya pero gamay ra kan sila naabtan. Si Sir Noel, si Ma'am Rochelle, si Ma'am Sarah, si Ma'am Elma, of course, my first year advisor and Filipino teacher. Si Ma'am Lourdes Galindo. Di kasi ko mapakalimot sa imo kay hantod karon. Dito mo kasad ko na isa ko sa imo mga estudyante na gana na agi. Hindi pa ko na kayo nito pa ka, basta nila ka sa ako. And sa third year ba man kay, ipabalik ni mo ako buod sa isa ka chapter sa No Limitang Hearing. Kaya uno mong kulo to, buod ng buod. At anyway, naabot ko na mga batchmates from high school. Shout out sa ako doon ang mga batchmates na maestro na si Huwards, Sir Vixon and si Sir Hinke. Tapos, nasa din ako mga classmates, batchmates sa high school na nakapag-graduate na. Kita gani ay karalaong pa nila, importante, buhi. And schoolmates. Ako mga naabdan sa high school na mga parents na sa nakapag-graduate na. It really warms my heart. And I really missed being here. Makaminaw sa badya. This is also a full circle moment for me. Back in high school, I used to speak in front of the student body quite often, especially during school programs. You may not know this, but SKL, share ko lang, I was the SSG president of our batch. Back then, there was no pressure at all. I just had to memorize the speech, or sometimes, someone would even write it for me. When Sir Charlito messaged me and invited me to speak today, he mentioned that there had been an invitation some years ago. I do remember that informal invitation, but at that time, because my mother was still part of the faculty, I chose to politely decline it. While I am certain that my mother did not have a hand in it, I felt that the very right thing to do at that time was to forgo it. As I believe in my heart, I was still ripe for some inspirational gig out there. At that time, I thought I wasn't the best choice, that I was only chosen because of someone else. And during that time, it was my mother. But later in life, I realized something important. Being chosen doesn't always mean you are the best. It means you're meant for it. As the book of Ecclesiastes enunciated, there is a time for everything. And that's why I'm here today. Because I believe that somewhere in this audience, there is at least one person who might need to hear my words. Dear graduates, whenever you're given the opportunity to speak, no matter the size of the audience or the type of event, always say yes. You never know who needs to hear what you have to say. Maximize your platform, especially in today's world where practically everyone has a voice online. Please use your voice responsibly to share your beliefs, your values, and your stories. I said earlier that back then, when I was still in high school, there was a little to no pressure at all. But today, it's a different story. I wrote this speech to ensure my message would get to you clearly and would impact you somehow on a very personal level. As you see, there are hundreds of you here, 463 to be exact. For many, this is our first time seeing each other. Yet some of you already see me as an inspiration. Am I? That is incredibly humbling. And it reminds me exactly why I'm here. To share worthwhile things I have learned through the years and hopefully to inspire all of you in this turning point of my high school life. 21 years ago, dugay na no? And I bet most of you weren't born yet. I was once like you. I was sitting and anticipating for my graduation. It feels like yesterday when I stepped out of the gates of Claver National High School to follow my dreams. I still remember that feeling. The excitement of finally being free from the watchful eyes of my parents. I could almost smell freedom. I was so thrilled. Siyempre, sa Manila, kasi ako mag-eskwela. And you know what? Back then, all I wanted was to see and meet actors and actresses I've only seen in TV. Typical probinsyana. Of course, loud and proud. Yes, that was one of my dreams. Back in the day, internet wasn't as big as it is now. So a lot of my fascination for stars and celebrities were formed in TV. Kumandi na makaradyo mo tagawlo kay grabe matakamayangga sa ato LGU. Salamat sa pagpaningkamot sa katong mga opisyales led by Mayor Georgia. Imagine bringing the biggest and brightest stars to Claver. Do you know Paula Peralejo? Siyempre mayak na, kaya ko naman. Pero I'm sure, anid yung mga nanay, kakilaya ka Paula Peralejo. And Paula Peralejo used to be one of my classmates in college. O diba, nakita ko artista. Okay, back to regular programming. Let me give you some advice. Make the most of your remaining days with your parents, dear graduates. Because the moment you leave for college is the moment you leave home. Take it from me. Yes, you come back definitely for some short vacations, semestral and Christmas breaks, long weekends, or even for fiestas. But things won't feel the same anymore. From a resident, your status will change into a regular visitor. So before pancit canton and boiled eggs become your best friends, cherish every meal your parents prepare. One day, you'll find yourself craving for those meals, especially when homesickness takes its way. Ma-realize ka dyan nidyo. Kung uno nidyo kaswerte, kung uno nidyo kahayahay. Sa kaiban pa nidyo, idyo mga nanay o tatay. Kaya dyan mo pa mukhaon para pakanoon. Pero pag sa college na mo, impas ka dyan mo na. Secondly, spend time with your high school friends. Band with them, laugh with them, create memories. Because the next time you see each other, it might already be at a reunion sa alumni na. And things will somehow different. Actually, I've come up with something. Like a formula of sorts. You know, a kind of cheat sheet para sa mga gamers na mga relate. Kung na-ay 4 Ps na ato DSWD, I also have 9 Ps made specially for you on your graduation. Medyo taas-taas eh, bear with me. Hindi ko na kung 9 kay, para pag kayo makalimutan, diyan ay hapon madugduman. My dear graduates, these are practical lessons I've learned along the way that might help you navigate life after today. The first P, potential. Reach your full potential. We are surrounded by noise every day. Opinions, doubts, fears, expectations from others. But don't let those noise dictate your life or stop you from becoming the person God intended you to be. Let me share a short story I've read, and for sure, you might come across with it. Allow me to share this with you. Once, there was a farmer who found an egg. He brought it home, and by chance, his hen was about to hatch her eggs. So he placed an egg with them. Days later, the eggs hatched, and among the chicks was a young eagle. As it grew up with the chickens, the eagle adapted to their ways. It walked like them, ate like them, and believed it was like them, a chicken. Then one day, the eagle looked up and saw another eagle soaring high in the sky, full of strength, power, and freedom. For a moment, it felt something stir inside, a desire to fly. When it was about to try, the chickens kept saying, "You can't fly. You're not an eagle. You're just a chicken, just like us." And so, the eagle believed them. It never tried, it never soared. It lived its entire life thinking it was a chicken, never realizing it was meant to fly. I know what that feels like. After I passed the UPCAT in 2005, I went to UP Diliman for college at 16. There was no senior high school during our time. Filipino or Tagalog was not my mother tongue. So I felt like even simple conversations was a real struggle. Gut bajak tagay, niya mga dila. My classmates, many of them graduates of private schools, seemed to breeze through the lessons. I sometimes felt inferior because I was a provinciana from a humble municipality in Mindanao. I maybe was struggling, but I had big dreams. Fighting for them was the only thing that I should do. Dili ko pwede mo ulit na dili makahuman. That was the only prize I had set my eyes into the board. By God's grace, years later, I graduated from UP with a degree in statistics. Oo, di ba? Pinalaki ako ng sex bomb. Pero tinuruan ako ng Clover High na huwag sumuko. Siyempre, home of the best and brightest yata tayo. Agree? fortunate to graduate from Claver National High School, one of the best, if not the best, learning institutions in Surigao del Norte. We've seen our students excel both in academic and sports, testament to what we are as an institution. Our alma mater equips us, its students, to face the world, to rise, and to achieve. Dear graduates, don't let the Eagle story be your story. Don't let the noise around you define you who you are or what you can become. You were created for greatness. You were designed with purpose. Rise above doubt, break free from limitations, believe on who you are meant to be, because you were never meant to stay on the ground. You were born to fly and soar. Uno ba gani ang tagline sa Claver High?
Because of you.
Perfect. My second P is priority. Know your priorities. I often receive compliments about how I manage to juggle work, law school, and my personal life. People say I'm good at managing my time. But the truth is, it's not really much about time management. It's more of knowing and setting your priorities. Before, as much as I wanted everything to go smoothly between work and law school, there were times when I had to stay longer at work or extend my hours. And sometimes, those moments would happen on the same day I would have an exam or an important class I wouldn't want to miss. At first, it was really difficult for me to decide because both were important to me. But eventually, I realized something. Life becomes much easier when you know your priorities. Because the reality is, there will always be moments when you can't do everything at once. You will be forced to choose. And when those moments come, you need clarity. So every time I would find myself in that situation, as much as I wanted to do both, I knew I had to choose one over the other. At that time, I knew that my priority was my work because it was what sustained my law school and other needs in life. There were times when I had to miss major exams because of work. It wasn't easy and it didn't feel good. But I reminded myself of my priority. And of course, I forgive myself. Minsan, ganun talaga ang buhay. Dear graduates, sometimes making the right decision doesn't mean choosing the easier path. It means choosing what matters most. You don't have to do everything all at once. You just have to know what matters most. Because when your priorities are clear, your decisions become easier and your path becomes clear. My third P, purpose. Chose to live with purpose. I want to talk about something many of us struggle with. Finding our purpose. And let me be honest with you. Don't worry if you haven't figured it out yet, because it's alright. Okay ra ka dyan, kung clueless pa ka mo sa iyong purpose sa kinabuhi. Ako gani, it took me years to finally understand and eventually figure out mine. We often think that finding our purpose means landing our dream job, the one we imagined when we were younger. So I ask myself, am I living my dream job? In terms of the setting, working in a big city, inside a tall building, riding elevators, with air conditioning 24/7, maybe is yes. But the job itself, honestly, pwede na. I didn't start where I thought I would. My degree in statistics led me to a career at an HMO, working in the field of data science. I ate breakfast, took lunch, and dined in with numbers. After that, I joined the Philippine Navy as a statistician and doctrine researcher. Eventually, as I searched for better opportunities and greener pastures, so to speak, I moved to Globe, where I am working today, and along the way, I pursued a career in law. So the question is, am I really happy? Ang ako pang Miss Universe na to ba? I can confidently say yes. Pero ang ako to ba, which the 16-year-old Yulani from Purok 7 Langaron would be very happy now, is I am happy because I chose to find purpose in everything I do. I'm sure I made my younger self proud. In my first job, my role helped patients monitor their claims more easily. Years later, it came full circle. I personally benefited from it because the company I worked for used that same HMO. During my time with the Philippine Navy, my role may have been brief, but it gave me a deeper appreciation for their work and service. It made me proud to contribute to nation building through our uniformed men and women, even in my own small way. In a sense, that short stint also allowed me to experience a dream I had once chosen not to pursue, one that felt almost like a PMA experience realized. Yes, I almost entered the Philippine Military Academy, took the exam and passed, but life had better plans for me. In my current work at Globe, I feel a deep sense of purpose when I see how my work impacts my family and my community. When they receive SMS advisories and updates that I help send out, it becomes real. It becomes meaningful. It becomes personal. Sa Jawa mga cellphone, kung makadawat mo og mga SMS advisories from Globe, most often than not, basi ako'y nagpadayadaan sa inyo. Now as a lawyer as well, the feeling of being able to help people navigate their legal issues is deeply fulfilling that even at the early stage of my practice, people trusted me with their cases. I hope that one day, we will see justice served together. Back in law school and even today, I would pray to God for wisdom and guidance because I know there are people who believe in the responsibility and power I hold. And that's when I realized this. Purpose is not always found in the title of our job. It's found in how you choose to see the work that you do. Purpose is not something you wait for. It's something you build. It's something you choose every day. Laong pa sa Ben and Ben, pipiliin ka sa araw-araw. So dear graduates, as you try to figure things out, take your time, and most importantly, choose to find purpose in everything you do. My fourth P, plan. Plan your life. There's a saying we're all familiar with. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Cliche as it may sound, but I'm telling you, it's true. Planning really does make a difference. Right now, many of you are about to begin a new chapter of your lives. For most, it means living away from your family, stepping out of your comfort zone, in pursuing higher education to chase your dreams. And because of that, this is the perfect time to fine-tune the plan for the life ahead of you. Planning doesn't mean everything will go perfectly. It doesn't guarantee success, as some plans won't see the light of day. Along the way, circumstance might change. But what it does is really to prepare you. It gives you direction. It helps you to stay grounded and keep you on your core when things don't go the way you expect. The truth is, no matter how prepared you are, failures are bound to happen. That is one cardinal truth in life. But here's something to think about. If failure can happen even to those who are prepared, how much more to those who are not? That's why planning matters. Identify your safeguards. Prepare your backups. Think about what you will do when challenges come. Not if, but when they come. Because they will. And when they do, your preparation will be the difference between giving up and pushing forward. So dear graduates, as you begin this journey, don't just dream. Plan. Plan your goals, plan your steps, plan for challenges. Because success is not just about having a vision, it's about being ready for the road ahead. Bakit na? We are happy there. Now on my fifth P, practice patience. Practice patience. As human beings, we often want instant results in everything we do. We want success right away. We want our dreams to happen now. The only instant possible right now is the instant noodles at 7-Eleven. Because life doesn't always work that way. As I've shared earlier, I took up stat, and well, your guess is good as mine. Many of the subjects required in my course were heavy math, algebra, calculus, to the point of being asked to compute the volume of a disk. Like many of you might wonder, will I ever use this in real life? If you become a math or stat teacher, definitely yes. But for someone like me, working outside the classroom, I can honestly say that in 16 years of work, I have never once applied the formula for a volume of a disk. Isahay makalaog na gasod ko na isa na namang araw ang lumipas na di ko nagamit ang sumatowa or a formula to find the volume of a disk. But here's what I realized. In solving those math problems, the sometimes impatient person that I am developed patience. And that patience became a tremendous help in all my work, especially in my law school. So the next time you wonder why your teachers give difficult exams, remember, it's not just about the knowledge of the subject. It's also the intangible lessons like patience, perseverance, and discipline that will definitely shape you for life and will change you for good. I'm sure you've heard adults complain about their jobs. And I'll be honest, sometimes I'm one of them. There was a time I contemplated about resigning from my job. Mainly because of the schedule. I would lose my patience over and over again. But I'm glad I did not. Because looking back now, that same job and that same schedule I once complained about became one of the biggest reasons I was able to pursue my dream of becoming a lawyer. In hindsight, if I had resigned, I wouldn't have had a schedule that allowed me to study as a working student. It somehow became a blessing in disguise. I have learned the value of patience the hard way. And it's okay, because that's the thing about patience. It's not easy. It requires trust. It requires endurance. It requires you to keep going, even when things don't happen according to your timeline. Patience nga eh. But here's the beautiful part. But when we choose to be patient, the waiting season begins to teach us. It prepares us. It shapes us into the person we need to become to handle the dreams we're working for. In other words, there is a transformation from within. So to all the graduates here today, let me leave you with this. Learn to be patient in everything you do. Life will not always follow your timeline. There will be delays, there will be detours, there will be moments when it feels like nothing is happening. But if you learn to be patient, you will also learn to trust that something greater or better is being prepared for you. And in that waiting, something meaningful is taking place. So don't rush. Grow. Trust the process. Because sometimes, the very things we once complained about turn out to be the things that lead us exactly to where we are meant to be. 6P. Perseverance. Choose to persevere. I want you to embrace the virtue of perseverance. The strength to keep going when quitting would be easier. Especially at this stage of your life as you begin to explore the future and pursue your dreams. Today, I stand before you as a lawyer. But only heaven truly knows how much of the hard work I toiled before getting here. The sacrifices I made and the comforts I had to give up. It took me many years and countless tears to finally earn the attorney before my name, thanks to my perseverance. My day would begin as early as 5 a.m. so I could be at work by 7 a.m. By 4 p.m., I had to leave immediately to make it to school. Anticipating the quintessential Manila commute, that would take me nearly 2 hours if I get lucky and traffic would be light. That meant taking 3 different rides and walking about a kilometer just to arrive at my 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. classes. On top of that, there were times I would have to carry heavy books along with my work laptop. And despite all these efforts, I would still arrive late. When it would rain, everything becomes even more difficult. After class, I still would have to travel home for another 30 minutes to an hour. As much as I wanted to collapse into my bed after a long day, I could not. Because I still had to study for at least 2 more hours to prepare for the next day. I would fall asleep around 1 a.m. only to wake up at 5 a.m. and repeat the same routine for years. And every 3 weeks, my work shift would change, requiring me to be on duty 24 hours a day for 7 straight days. There was also the constant pressure. In law school, every day is recitation day, and moments of not being able to answer, those blank moments became part of my normal life. On top of that, pursuing this path was expensive. At times, I felt like I was paying just to make my life harder for myself. It was a mental ordeal as much as it was physical. Matira matibay, they would say. That is the eternal cycle of how my day went for most of my professional life. And I endured only because I persevered. I could have quit at any time. I had a stable job. I was earning enough, not just to get by, but even to enjoy some comforts. Walking away would have been easy, but I did not. I chose to persevere. I chose to show up every single day, even when I don't feel like showing up. Because I wanted to become a lawyer. Because I was told, when you truly want something, you have to work for it. And more often than not, you have to sacrifice for it. Because no one will do it for me. Dear graduates, whatever dreams you hold today, hold on to them. Work for them, fight for them. And when things get difficult, and they will, please choose to persevere. Because one day, you will look back and realize that every sacrifice, every sleepless nights, and every struggle was worth it. Believe me, I was there already. And just like me, one day, you will earn the title you have been dreaming of, whatever may that be. And when that day comes, I hope you will understand. It was all because you chose to persevere. Now, on my 7th, passion. Pursue your passion. One of the biggest questions you may be facing right now is this. What course should I take? What path should I choose? And for some of you, the answer is not clear yet. So let me say this. If you already know your passion, go and pursue it. Follow what excites you. Follow what gives you purpose. Because when you are passionate about what you do, the journey becomes more meaningful and the challenges become easier to face. But I also understand that for some, the situation is different. Some of you may need to choose a path that offers stability. You may have responsibilities, siblings to support, family to help, or circumstances that require you to be practical. And maybe the course you're choosing right now is not the one you truly love. And that's okay. Because your passion can wait. Kala mo, true love lang ang makawait? Andito sa passion. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't expire. Truth is, you can always go back to it later in life. Have you heard of a 72-year-old who passed his engineering board exam? Or the father who became a lawyer together with his daughter after putting his dreams on hold for some pressing family matters along the way? All those were fueled by passion. It may have arrived, not in the time they thought it would arrive, but it certainly came around. What really matters is that you keep it alive. Because doing something you are passionate about makes life lighter. It gives you energy. It gives you motivation. It gives you a deeper sense of fulfillment. So whether you choose your passion now or later, don't lose sight of it. Hold on to it. Nurture it. And of course, pray for it. And when the right time comes, pursue it with all your heart. Some wise philosophers once said, "Buhay ay di karera." Truly, the biggie were right all along. Because life becomes more meaningful when you do something you truly love. My 8P is about principle. Live with integrity. I've been through different stages in life. and somehow met all kinds of people from different walks of life. Some are talented, some are intelligent, some are ambitious. But you know who truly stand out and stay ahead in the long run? The principled ones. The people who value integrity. At the end of the day, it's not just about how smart you are or how skilled you are. It's about your character. It's about standing firm in your values, even when faced with adversity and temptation. Those are the people who earn respect. Those are the people who are trusted. Those are the people who last. My dear graduates, it's not always the brightest or the most talented who succeed in the long run. It is those who remain grounded, who stay true to their principles, and who choose what is right over what is easy. And remember this, our choices reflect who we are, not just as individuals, but as a society. Now, in today's uncertain and unstable economy, we blame leaders for the problem we see around us. The struggles, the challenges, the state of our country, and even of the world. But we often forget that it is our collective choices that put them there. That is why integrity matters, not just in big decisions, but even in the small ones. Because small choices, repeated over time, shape our future. I hope we will do it wisely and rightly in 2028. Dear graduates, as you step into the next chapter of your life, always remember this. Wherever you go, whatever you become, your character will define you. Hold on to your values. Stand by your principles. Because in the end, character is not just important, it is everything. And down to the last P, pray. Make prayer your foundation. Let me share something deeply personal and important that has always saved me. Prayer. Every blessing, every protection, every moment of guidance and experience has come because of prayer. God has answered my prayers, delivered me from danger, and kept me safe. And all of it is the result of a life spent talking to Him and trusting in His Word. Pray as much as you can, but more importantly, know who you are praying to. It is through Jesus Christ that our prayers are heard and answered. Prayer should not be your last resort. It should be your first response. Make it a natural part of your daily life, not just something you turn to in trouble, but something you live by every single day. And when you pray, be specific. Don't be afraid to tell God exactly what is in your heart. Remember, He is God. We are not. That is the power of prayer. It doesn't always give you everything you want. You see, you get a yes, a maybe, or even a no. But it gives you what you truly need, the one that is best for you. And alongside prayer, build a personal relationship with God through His Word. Take time each day to read the Bible, even just a few verses. Let the daily readings speak to you, reflect on them, and carry their message into your everyday life. Ask yourself, how does this apply to me today? What is God teaching me in this moment? Because the Bible is not just a book. It is a guide for how we live, decide, forgive, and grow. When you allow His Word to shape your thoughts and actions, and you bring those moments to God in prayer, you begin to see your days differently, with more purpose, patience, and faith.
Dear graduates, as you go through life, remember this. Pray in all circumstances. Pray without ceasing. Pray with faith. Pray with sincerity. And make prayer your lifestyle. Everything I have, everything I am, and everything I experience is because of prayer. Because when you put God at the center of your life, everything will follow. My dear graduates, now you have known your potential, priorities, plan, patience, perseverance, passion, principle, and prayer. I hope you remember them as you journey through life. And with this, remember also to give thanks to those who have helped you in your high school life. To the teachers and school administration who made sure you have the best education to prepare you in life. To your respective BLGUs and LGU who are very supportive partners in all your endeavors. To the minerals and processing companies in Clover for their constant support through scholarships and other development undertakings. To your classmates, schoolmates, and batchmates for being your confidant when the going gets tough. To your families, for your confidence, to your families for being your bedrock of love and wellspring of hope. And to God for being the author and source of everything. Mga nanay, mga tatay, please continue to be the support your children need. Guide them with wisdom. Stand beside them with strength. And be their loudest and proudest cheerleader. Celebrate their victories, no matter how small, and lift them up through every challenge. Just as you cared for them when they were first brought into this world, they need your love and presence now more than ever, as they begin to map out their own path and shape the lives ahead of them. Graduates, after today, you are on your own somehow. As you step forward to begin and follow your dreams, I'll be honest with you. Life ahead is not always easy. There will be moments that will test you, even shake your faith. But believe in yourselves. Don't get validation on social media. You are capable of greatness. And each of you is destined for something meaningful. I am excited for how things will unfold in your lives. Clover National High School has prepared you well. I know this because I too am a proud product of our alma mater. Carry with you the lessons you've learned within these walls. Strive to live up to your dreams from the mountains and the foothills to the shores and across the seas. And wherever life takes you, remember to give back, no matter how small it may be. Serve your school and community in whatever way you can, because your success becomes even more meaningful when it uplifts others. You are fortunate to be growing up in a time where information is at your fingertips. With just a click, you can learn almost anything. Technology, the internet, and AI are powerful tools. But with that power comes responsibility. Laong pa ni Spider-Man. Please use them wisely. Use them to better the lives of our countrymen. Utilize them to benefit us, not to hurt each other. Be mindful of what you read and share. Not everything online is true. Fake news is everywhere. So always take time to verify and think critically. In this age of technology, we've seen fake news destroy our very core as human beings. Don't share something just because others have. Be responsible. You are are better than becoming peddlers of misinformation. Please do something to change the situation. You are our hope. You are the future foretold by those who've gone before us. Be responsible citizens of our country. Speak up when needed. Stand for what is right, but always remain grounded in respect and integrity. The future is now in your hands, my beloved graduates of 2026. Make it matter. Make it count. It has been a singular honor of a lifetime to be your alumni, guest of honor and keynote speaker in your graduation rites. I am Yolani Diligencia Nasayao from Ladgaron, Claver, Surigao del Norte, once an ordinary student with big dreams, just like many of you. Now a lawyer, statistician, and I am proud graduate of Claver National High School, batch 2005. I hope to see you around, helping build our country, one proud Claver National High School graduate at a time. And may the God of hand be upon you, leading to your dreams and lighting your path as you reach your high stars. Thank you and congratulations.